Always Adelaide.
Showers this afternoon, showers tomorrow and 23. With the 3 o'clock news, good afternoon, I'm Mel Usher.
Want to try the world's best tasting scone? Search volunteer at Meals on Wheels and sign up today.
The opposition says Donald Trump's calls to destroy the entirety of Iran's civilization were unacceptable. The US has claimed a total and complete victory in the Middle East after facilitating a 2-week ceasefire deal with the Islamic Republic. Prior to the agreement, President Trump threatened to annihilate Iranian society if key demands weren't met by his deadline. But Nationals leader Matt Canavan has told the National Press Club the comments were reprehensible.
Yes, we are great friends with America, but good friends should be able to tell truths to each other. And the post from the president overnight went way too far and beyond the realms of acceptability.
Donald Trump has posted a new message on social media this afternoon. He says today is a big day for world peace. The Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry has welcomed the temporary ceasefire in the Middle East, which will see the Strait of Hormuz open throughout the period. They say the ceasefire will provide relief to businesses and should be used to strengthen fuel supply arrangements and replenish reserves. A murder trial has been abandoned after 2 months after a juror conducted their own research. 4 people are standing trial over the death and disposal of Jeffrey McLean's body in August 2022. They'll now face a retrial after the juror researched the topic of perjury and shared the information with other jurors. A new trial date is yet to be set. Well, the final preparations are underway for Gather Round. It kicks off tomorrow with an influx of visitors from interstate. The Premier says this weekend's Festival of Footy will bring the country together.
But let me say this, I actually think it's an important opportunity for the country as a whole. There is no thing like our own Australian game that brings people together in the way that Aussie Rules does. Gather Round is that on steroids.
Meantime, talks are continuing between the AFL and state government on securing Gather Round long term. And the date for the 100th Academy Awards has been announced. It will be held on March the 5th, 2028 and will be the final Oscars ceremony at the Dolby Theatre in Hollywood. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
McCafe's coffee blend is worth getting out of bed for. It's smoother, richer and available on the all-day menu.
Adelaide and Carlton will name their sides tonight as they prepare to kick off the Festival of Footy this weekend. Port and St Kilda won't name their squads until tomorrow night, given it's a Sunday game. Collingwood have announced their second debutant for the season, mature age recruit Angus Anderson, to join the senior side ahead of their clash with Freo at Adelaide Oval on Friday night. Coach Craig McRae describing the 22-year-old as tough.
The fans will love his tackle intensity, and every time we show some highlights of him at VFL, he's really smashing in and hurting the opposition. So his contest and clearance stuff is his strength, and we're playing against an opposition as number one in the competition for those parts of the game. So it'll bring a good strength for us.
To golf, and Scotty Scheffler is out to secure a third green jacket when the Masters gets underway tomorrow. The world number one says Augusta holds a special place for all American golfers.
I truly feel like when you drive down Magnolia Lane, everything else kind of melts away and you just get to be out here and be present, be focused. There's not as many distractions this week. This is one of the best run tournaments that we have.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, Bruce Watermain at O'Brien's Road near Green Junction Road. We're now park a breakdown on the north-south motorway near Torrens Road and got road plates in use at Welland as they sort out that busted sewer. Port Road near White Terrace. Busy South Road, Edwardstown with a camera, Bartley Terrace, Westlake Shore. Get to the Ford Everest Trend, run out and get a 4K fuel card with Everest Trend at participating Ford dealers. See Ford.com.au for details. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast: showers this afternoon, showers tomorrow 23, Friday showers 19, Saturday a shower or two 18. Right now it is 18 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Brenton Radless.
We begin tonight with breaking news.
With the news that matters to you.
The government insists it's a win for the state's economy.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
Brazen daylight firebombing attack at the Torrensville supermarket.
Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
The Lion Hotel's Block Party is back. Watch your gather-round games live and loud. Meet footy legends Riley Thilthorpe, Tex Walker and more. Outdoor big screen drink specials, live entertainment. The Lion Hotel, North Adelaide. Activities Wednesday to Saturday, midday till late.
It's barbecue season and the Gas Shop want you to have a safe summer. If you have a gas bottle, make sure it's not out of date. Check hoses and gas fittings for leaks. Keep a fire blanket or extinguisher handy. And never use water to put out a fat fire. Don't start summer with a bang. Visit the Gas Shop for outdoor kitchens, barbecues, parts, safety checks and advice. Heating, cooking, comfort. Turn on to the Gas Shop. 161 Unley Road opposite Target.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the third and final hour of the afternoon's program. We've been having a fun day so far, a very musical day. 8223 0000 is the number to call to tell me your favourite musical. I've got a double pass to go and see Footloose, the musical, which starts at Her Majesty's Theatre this weekend for the best caller. So get on the phone now and tell me what your favourite musical is. In just a moment's time, you're going to hear from the Treasurer of the Northern Territory, who have implemented a piece of legislation that hasn't been used in years and years and years, and this is in regards to petrol prices. It allows the government to intervene if the petrol stations are found to be ripping people off. So how does it work up there, and is it something we should consider here? That's coming up in just a moment, but first, your favourite musical, Graham in Seacombe Gardens. Hello, Graham.
G'day, Stacey. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. 10 years ago, my wife and I went to Melbourne, Her Majesty's Theatre, to see one of the best shows, or the best we've ever seen, Kinky Boots.
Oh, here we go.
It was brilliant.
It's one I've always wanted to see, Graham, but I've never seen it.
Fantastic. Didn't come to Adelaide, so we went to Melbourne for our 42nd wedding anniversary.
Oh.
And we're still going strong because she started to wear those kinky boots.
Good to hear, Graham. I love that.
And it's still showing in London as we speak.
How good. Yeah, well, you know it's a good one when it's been that enduring.
Yeah, and it's a good movie too. There's a old movie about it too. So.
Oh, well, I might have to get onto that, have a look at the movie.
Really worth seeing. It's a great show.
Great. All right. Thanks, Graham. Appreciate that.
Cheers.
See you. That's Graham in Seacombe Gardens. Let's go to Pasadena now. Hi, Vern.
Good afternoon, Stacey.
How are you?
Wow, I'm just fantastic, and thank you for asking. I hope you're the same.
I am.
And I have to, I know it's a little way off, but Happy Mother's Day. It'll be your first, won't it?
It will, yes. Thank you. I know. I can't believe we're talking about Mother's Day already. It's coming quickly, though.
Yes, well, it's not too far away, the way this year's going.
Exactly.
Look, I want to say there's two things, and maybe the second one doesn't qualify, but the first is The Lion King. My wife and I, when I finished work, I had enough frequent flyer points to take us around the world for $2,000.
Oh, what? And, that's great.
It was. And we stopped in London for 5 days. And walking back to the hotel, we walked past the theatre and it's got The Lion King. And I said to my wife, look, we're leaving tomorrow. How about we come and see this tonight? And I walked in and booked there and then. And it's the most incredible show to be seen in London, and to be at the cast that they had was just phenomenal. And the singing, you talk about getting up and dancing in the aisles. That's how you felt. But the other one was that was 2016, and in 2019 we were lucky enough to go to Scotland and see the Tattoo. Now, that maybe doesn't qualify for entertainment, but anybody that's got the opportunity to see a tattoo, and it is often held here in Australia, to see the military parade and the way they can carry it out is just phenomenal. And it was just on Channel 7, I think.
Yeah, the military tattoo, yeah.
Yeah, the 2025 was last year.
Yep.
And honestly, it is brilliant.
That would be amazing to see live. Well, I don't have any of that, but I do have a little bit of your musical. Here you go. Oh, is that the right one? No, that's the wrong one. I just played that. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, that moment. That moment in the musical.
It was outstanding, and I don't know if it's been in Australia, but it is well worth seeing it.
Oh, thanks, Vern. Appreciate that.
Okay, thank you, Stacey.
See you. Have a good one.
Yeah, right, bye-bye.
That's Vern in Pasadena. What's your favourite musical? 8223 0000. Franca is in Seaton. Hello, Franca.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Yeah, there's so many musicals. I mean, Mamma Mia and Chicago and Miss Saigon. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was really fantastic.
Oh.
And especially at Her Majesty's. It's a great theatre for musicals. Yeah.
That was a really good one. I love that. That was my favourite Disney movie, actually, and it was so good on stage. Mrs. Potts?
Yes. Yeah.
It was fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah.
Here you go. So good. I love it. Thanks, Franca.
No worries.
See you. These are great. Keep them coming, everyone. 8223 0000 is the number to call to share your favourite musical. I've got a double pass to go and see Footloose the musical at Her Majesty's Theatre to give away this afternoon. I've got a few coming through on the text line as well. Ash, I was sceptical about Aladdin the musical, but the special effects were so amazing. It was fantastic. And also the infamous Avenue Q. Adults only. I don't know that one. Thank you, Ash. Andrea says, yes, the movie Kinky Boots is great, well worth watching. Who's this? Chris says, one of my favourite musicals, which I went to at the Festival Theatre in 2006, was Dusty, the Dusty Springfield story, featuring all the hits, including You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. It was fabulous. Thank you for that, Chris. And Judy, Menopause the musical. Never laughed so much. I haven't heard of that one, Judy. I'd like to see that. And Sue, thank you for sending through the portrait that you've got of the two different Mary Poppins. That's beautiful. Andrew's got a good one. No one's brought this one up yet. Hairspray. He said his girls performed a version of it for their dance studio. That's a really good one, Andrew. That was fun. And Brett in Kings Park was a skeptic. On the text line, he says, I can't stand musicals, but I'm going to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Capri Theatre for Friday the 13th midnight screening. It changed my mind. Always so much fun. Thank you for that, Brett. Keep your suggestions coming. 8223 0000 is the number to call. We'll get some of them on air this afternoon. But up next, you're going to hear from the Treasurer in the Northern Territory, Bill Yan, about their legislation to intervene if petrol stations are ripping off Territorians. Should we do something similar here? That's up next.
Gather Round is here once again, and thanks to Macca's, we want to get you there in style.
It's going to be massive, Will, and we've got your chance to win a VIP experience for Port Adelaide versus St Kilda on Sunday.
It includes a double pass to the game, Macca's zipline experience, and exclusive pre-game viewing on the boundary line during the team's warm-ups.
Keep listening to us on 5AA Breakfast from 6 a.m. for your chance to win.
McCafe's coffee blend is worth getting out of bed for. It's smoother, richer, and available on the all-day menu. Try McCafe's best blend yet.
Hi, it's Callum Han here, Ambassador for Pick a Local Pick SA. Right now, our growers in the Adelaide Hills are picking new season's sweet, crunchy apples and pears and delivering them fresh to your local fruit and veg store. South Australian apples and pears make the perfect addition to your next cheese board or enjoyed as a healthy snack. Support our local growers and shop in stores displaying the red Pick a Local Pick SA sign. And follow us on Facebook for inspiration, recipes and more ways to enjoy South Australian grown.
Whatever your morning looks like, own it with Up and Go Liquid Breakfast. Braving the bus or carving a wave, battling rush hour or feeling the rush of your favourite trail. Fueled with the protein, fibre and vitamins you need to get up and go.
Rising cost of living pressures and now the price of petrol are hitting everyone. If you're struggling with your home loan or credit card payments, there may be ways your bank can help. like lowering your home loan or credit card payments, restructuring the length of your loan to reduce them, moving you to interest-only payments for a while, or deferring them for a period. Don't tough it out on your own. Please, talk to your bank.
A pedicure should feel good. And at Medi-Pedi, it does from the ground up. Medi-Pedi combines the indulgent touch of beauty therapy with the trusted skills of podiatry, creating Adelaide's first medical pedicure. It's a treatment like no other. Your feet expertly cared for by a podiatrist, then pampered by one of Medi-Pedi's trained beauty therapists. With 4 Adelaide locations, including the new North Adelaide Clinic, book now at medipediclinics.com.au. Medi-Pedi. Feel good from the ground up.
Life seems to find its rhythm in the Grampians and Wimmera Mallee. Hikes and walks where you finally take a breath. Towns made for slow wandering. Eateries and stays that feel good for the soul. Then come the sunsets, the kind that slow you right down. And dark skies where the stars feel within reach. Feels like exactly what you need. Just like the stars, a stay here is closer than you might think. Visit grampians.com.au.
The Lion Hotel's block party is back. Watch your gather-round games live and loud. Meet footy legends Riley Thilthorpe, Tex Walker and more. Outdoor big screen, drink specials, live entertainment. The Lion Hotel, North Adelaide. Activities Wednesday to Saturday, midday till late.
Feeling tired and struggling to cope with stress? Always struggling to get out of bed in the morning? Caruso's new ginseng gummies to the rescue. Caruso's ginseng gummies are traditionally used in Western herbal medicine to relieve tiredness and fatigue. They also help your body adapt to stress. So if you're tired of feeling tired, try Caruso's delicious raspberry-flavoured ginseng gummies today. Caruso's ginseng gummies are vegan, 99% sugar-free and made in Australia with natural colours. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
We've been talking so much about petrol prices since the war in Iran broke out. And yes, the fuel excise has been halved. We've seen a small reduction in the price here in South Australia. But in the Northern Territory, there's been some legislation that's passed to try and help bring down prices and ensure motorists aren't getting ripped off. I was really interested when I started reading the detail of this legislation, and I thought you might be too. So who better to talk to than the Treasurer of the Northern Territory, Bill Yan? He joins you now. Good afternoon, Treasurer. Thanks for your time.
Good afternoon, Stacey, and pleasure to be on the radio in South Australia and talking to our close neighbours.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying earlier, it's not usual that I would interview a politician from another state. Usually it would be our Treasurer I'd be talking to, but your law that you passed really piqued my interest. So this is a law from the 1940s.
Yeah, this was an act introduced back in 1949, the Price Exploitation Protection Act. So, said obviously some people had some foresight way back then when they introduced this act. So what we're able to do with this old piece of legislation, we're able to declare fuel, so diesel and petrol and their byproducts, as a good under that act, and then we assigned a commissioner. So what that piece of legislation allows us to do is to, if we see price exploitation, or we believe there is, we can then, through the commissioner, go in and ask for specific data about what's setting the prices, what the pricing structure is, and things like that. And once we get a bit of a look at that data, then we can decide what we may do next. And I think probably in the extraordinary instance, we can actually go and determine prices. That's a pretty big stick to wheel. We hope to never have to do it, but our retailers predominantly have been doing the right thing up in the Territory, which has been really good to see.
Right, okay. So, you said you hope you don't have to use it, but you could set the price yourself as a government, I guess.
Yeah, look, since we've seen the reduction in the excise last week in that announcement by Canberra, I met with the majority of the wholesalers that supply the Territory, had a good talk to them and what my expectations were and government's expectations at the end of the day to make sure that consumers are getting a decent deal at the pump. So unfortunately, we've probably seen a wholesaler, a few retailers that haven't done the right thing. So Jimmy Kiplocks, who is the commissioner under that Act, he also is our representative to the National Task Force on Fuel. He has written to those couple of retailers and the wholesalers asking for that detail on how they're determining their pricing, what their structure is, to get some understanding of why we probably haven't seen those reductions as fast as we would have liked.
Oh, I like this. So it sounds like you have more power there than even the ACCC, because they're a bit of a toothless tiger in all of this. They can investigate but can't really do much after that.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this legislation, is that it gives us some powers to do things only here in the Territory, and where we can be more agile than the ACCC. But in the ACCC's defence, in some respects, we've also, on some of these issues we've found here in the Territory, we've referred those to the ACCC, because Canberra's apparently given them some more teeth to do some bits and pieces. So these few retailers in particular that we see haven't done the right thing, we've referred them through the ACCC, so they can actually also go and ask those questions too. So it's a bit of a two-pronged approach. We're doing what we can with the legislation we have, but we're also referring it on to, I suppose, our federal counterparts for them to have a look.
That's really good, because it sounds like, you know, to give it a bit of a metaphor, you're the parent threatening the timeout or the smack, and you hope not to use it. You hope you don't have to put your kid in timeout, but you're there ready to do it if you need to.
And that's exactly it. I said we're being a bit. Well, I said I'm being a bit selfish as a government. We're being a bit selfish. We want to make sure that Territorians are getting the absolute best price they can at the bowser. And as I said, the majority of our retailers and wholesalers here in the Territory have been doing the right thing for quite some time, which is really great. When this all first happened, before we declared petrol and diesel and the derivatives as a good, we'd already written to the retailers and the wholesalers as a government and said, look, we expect you to do the right thing. We understand there's price increases, but don't gouge us at the bowser, and otherwise, I said, we will have to then maybe enact some legislation or do some reporting. And so far, the majority of our retailers have done the right thing, which is great to see by Territorians. And we've been pretty good up here. Territorians have been doing the right thing as well. We've seen some silly things in the southern states and in the eastern states of people doing really, really dumb things, coming off the back of a couple of cyclones and floods right across the Territory. We're a fairly resilient lot up here, and everybody's just sort of taken this in their stride. I said the people of the Territory have done the right thing. They haven't gone out and panicked. They haven't been out stocking up on fuel. Everyone's doing the right thing and just getting what they need, going on about their daily lives, because at this point in time, our supply is pretty good here. So that's some good news for us.
Yeah, good. And are your prices, you mentioned they are coming down. You've reported a couple stations to the ACCC. Does that mean your prices are looking okay as well?
Yeah, well, we've seen a big jump in the terminal gate price overnight, but then since then we've seen, after there's been the ceasefire declared, we've seen a drop in the Brent crude oil price, so we're watching that by the day. So I'm expecting to see some reductions in the terminal gate. Our prices here are higher than pretty well the rest of the country, and that comes down to volume. We don't have the volume through our terminal, but we still require a significant level of infrastructure to support that. So that keeps our prices higher. But our retailers and our wholesalers have really reduced that, what we call the GERD, or what is it, the gross indicative retail difference. Learning a lot about petrol in the last month or two.
You could run your own survey soon.
I'll tell you what. I've actually checked. There's not a great lot of money in it. But, the GERD up here was around about that 16 to 18 cents per litre in Darwin. It was up around about the 25 cents per litre in Central Australia. We've got a large freight component to get it down there. But the retailers up here dropped that GERD down to, at times I've seen it in the negative, but around about that 5 to 6 cents. So they really stepped up and done the right thing, which is really pleasing to see. Now I just need to see as fast as they put the prices up, if the terminal gate starts to go down, I'm hoping to see those reductions just as quick.
Yeah, that's the key here. The prices are very quick to go up, not so quick to come down often.
No, that's the bit we're watching now.
Yeah. And so you can step in and change the price if you want to. Are there any other fines or penalties that you can apply?
Yeah, there's some non-compliance penalties. So if we ask for data and it's not provided as required, or we give an instruction and it's not followed under this piece of legislation there, I think the maximum is a $74,000 fine and up to 2 years imprisonment. So
wow.
if people aren't doing the right thing, there are laws under this legislation that we can use, or they can be prosecuted. So it's a fairly serious offence if people aren't doing the right thing. So we certainly hope that when we ask the questions and if we have to give instructions, that they're then followed.
Yeah. Well, the legislation makes sure of that. And so you mentioned this is just a Northern Territory piece of legislation. You're not aware of anything in South Australia that might be similar?
No, I'm not sure about South Australia. I know in Western Australia they've moved to enact a piece of legislation over there very similar to what we have. I think a lot of governments have something under their consumer protection laws, but I don't think there's anything quite like the Price Exploitation Protection Act that we have here in the Territory. I don't think anyone else has got anything quite like that, and it's quite possible, Stacey, that a few other governments around the country might be looking at that post this event and going, maybe we should put something in. But the last time it was used here in the Territory, to my knowledge, was after the Catherine floods back in 1998. It was enacted to make sure there was price protection for groceries for the people of the Catherine region. So after those floods, so it's not that it's used regularly, but it's there when needed.
Yeah, great. And so you can apply the law to anything, really, any product that consumers buy.
Yeah, and that's the way that the Act is written. So something can be declared a good under the Act. So in 1998, it was fruit and veg. This time, it's the first time, to my knowledge, we've ever used it for fuel or diesel petrol derivatives. But it could be used for anything that is declared a good, to make sure that there's no exploitation on price to consumers here in the Territory. So it's a pretty powerful piece of legislation. It's something that we think as a government very long and hard about before we declare a good, but it's done for the best interests of the people of the Territory.
Yeah. Well, I know there's lots of people listening who are keen to see if we've got anything similar that could be instituted here in SA, and we've reached out to our Treasurer as well to see if there's anything similar we could be doing. But it's been really interesting to chat and find out a little bit about it. Treasurer, thank you for your time.
Absolutely wonderful, Stacey. Thanks for having me on.
That's Bill Yan, the Treasurer in the Northern Territory. And we have heard back from the state government. They have sent a statement on behalf of a spokesperson saying they don't normally pass comment on policy decisions in other states and territories, but they've already mandated real-time petrol price monitoring facility, which the government is bolstering in response to the current crisis. They've tripled the current funding for compliance, allowing an additional 100 fuel inspections each month, while doubling existing penalties for failure to comply with any requirement imposed on a fuel retailer by the fuel pricing scheme. They then sort of go on, it's quite a long statement, so I can't read it all out. They go on to explain some of the changes they announced last week, I think, in conjunction with the RAA, about I would call it a very minor change to the RAA fuel price monitoring app. A facility that used to be available is just available in a different way on the app to see which service stations are out of petrol or have run out. And so they didn't actually respond to the question of whether we have a law in South Australia like this that could be implemented, or if they'd be looking to introduce a piece of legislation when Parliament resumes following the election, which is unfortunate. But thank you to them for getting back to us, I guess. All right, it is 3:30, time for news headlines. After that, some more of your calls. What's your favourite musical? I still have that double pass to give away to go and see Footloose the musical. And a local footy club is raising money this weekend for a junior player in their team who's been diagnosed with leukemia. How can you help? You'll find out.
Gather Round is back as the AFL spotlight shines down on Adelaide. The Crows take centre stage as they host the battling Blues.
And the Blues are sizzling right now.
Tomorrow night on 5AA, will it be the Crows?
The Crows are back in it.
Or the Blues?
Goal for the Blues.
To get their game together and gather the 4 points.
AFL live on 5AA. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the 3:30 News headlines. The government says the temporary pause in the Middle East conflict is unlikely to bring down fuel prices in the short term. A South Australian murder trial has ended in a mistrial after a juror did their own research on the topic of perjury. It's the end of the road for most Aussie disposal stores as undercutting by suppliers is cited as a factor in the chain's financial woes. And in sport, Adelaide and Carlton will name their sides tonight ahead of tomorrow night's blockbuster. The 5AA forecast, showers this afternoon, showers tomorrow 23. Right now it is 18 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, Always Adelaide.
Make the switch to Kia's award-winning EV range. Experience up to 612 kilometres of range in the all-electric EV4 sedan. Relax in the premium massage seat of the all-electric EV5 family SUV. Or test drive the reigning motoring car of the year, EV3 SUV. Now from $46,990 drive away. Visit your local Kia dealership today.
Kia. Movement that inspires. The amazing sale is on now at Snooze. Save up to 40% off selected bed frames. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected bed frames on already reduced prices. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
When helping people becomes a business, people can become mere numbers. But at ADL Support Services, people are at the centre of everything we do. I'm Lisa River, and our family-run business is filled with like-minded, dedicated individuals passionate about finding the joy in the ordinary and the yes in the can't. As we celebrate our 9th birthday, we are proud to continue supporting individuals, families and our community with genuine care and sustainable connections. If you or someone you love is in need of home support, visit adlsupportservices.com.au.
Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Looking for a stunning new bathroom? Want the high-end look without spending a fortune? BRW can design and renovate your bathroom from start to finish at a budget that suits you. Visit our showroom today and see our beautiful new bathrooms on display. BRW, beautiful bathrooms at warehouse prices. 16 Research Road, Paraka.
We are BRW Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Hi, I'm Steve from Walco Liners and Covers at Paraka. We're a manufacturing business. We've had a massive impact on the recall of our brand. From AA, we always vet the phone calls coming in and have asked where they're being sourced, and AA is a very strong part of what we get on the phone. We've had people who've loved the ads. We've also had people that hate the ads because of their irreverence and annoying nature and have still said, look, your ad annoys me and I'm coming here under duress, but I'm still going to buy your product. So it's cut through. It definitely has worked. But yeah, it's since we started in 16, we've exploded locally.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
Who can fix the shower?
Service today.
Who can fix the power?
Service today.
Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Every time you see our bright yellow trucks in your area, we're helping out your neighbours. We can help you too. So for the best plumbing, electrical, heating and cooling work, call Service Today 24/7.
Can you fix the shower? Yes, we can. Can you fix the power? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, is what we say at Service Today.
Call 1300 Service.
Live, local. This is 5AA, Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
25 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. 8223 0000 is the number to call. And Stephen in Unley has done that. Hello, Stephen.
G'day, Stacey. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. I just heard your interview with was it the Treasurer of the Northern Territory?
It was, yeah.
Now, I'm just wondering, has he been listening to what the Greek government did last month? They actually imposed a profit margin cap on fuel and groceries to keep everything under control, and they're going to keep it going until 30th of June. And I thought, well, I think the Greeks are a little bit more forward than anyone else thinks.
Yeah. Oh, how good would that be?
Yeah. So I just thought I'd bring it up.
It would be, look, I can see why governments would be hesitant to get involved in the private sector and limit profits that business can make. It's very anti-business and you don't want to set a precedent. But in a time like this, I can understand why it would be necessary, and especially if it's just a short-term lever to pull.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll have to look into that.
Look into it. I picked it up on Greek City Times.
Maybe we should get the Greek treasurer on.
I think you should.
Maybe you can translate for me.
I can do that, no problem.
Deal. Thank you.
All right.
And Christos Anesti for this weekend.
Alistos Anesti.
See you.
Yes.
Bye. Stephen in Unley. Well, the Nan Football Club is getting together to support one of their own this weekend. Jara Laver is a 13-year-old who last month was diagnosed with leukemia. And if you want to support the cause, you can do that this weekend. To tell us all about it, Gareth Diprose is the president of the Nan Bremer Football Club, and he joins you now. Hello, Gareth.
Hi, Stacey. How you going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Really good.
Tell us a bit about Jara.
So, yeah, Jared's a young under-14 player up at Nan, and he's been playing down at Sturt early this pre-season too, and he's always been a much-loved member of the Ramley or the Rams up at Nan. He got some pretty brutal news sort of in this about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. It went from, I believe, sort of a diagnosis on Friday to sort of treatment on the following Tuesday, and the family have been doing it tough. He's a speedy little footy player and just a legend, great kid, someone that's always been amazing around the footy club.
And that's what I've been seeing and reading and hearing from people who know Jara. Just he's full of energy and so loved around the club, and I guess that's why you're all getting behind him.
Yeah, for sure. It's this is not about footy. It's literally about supporting the family and Jara in this difficult time. So, Bernie and Tony have been sort of a much loved part, and Indy's also his sisters played footy at Nan, and they're just much loved by the community, and really this is just a great opportunity for us to, as a footy club, to kind of show what we're about. And I think there's been some stuff like Erbray, the guys at Erbray and mates at Erbray have done a great job too. Sort of over the last couple of weeks of raising funds, and just really hoping to sort of help them out financially sort of through this time, so that they can, with the cost of living the way it is, and just to make it a little bit easier, hopefully for them.
Yeah, I saw that at the Erbray school. There were a whole heap of kids who raised money and shaved their heads through World's Greatest Shave to help out. And so, what's the footy club doing this weekend?
So, round one is all about Jara. It's Jara's day, and it's literally, we're going to be doing some fun stuff like raffles. The senior playing group are going to be, have their hair coloured orange for the day, and we've got about 5 to 10 of the senior boys that are shaving their head as well on Saturday night. So the whole idea is really just about raising money. We've had amazing support from Onkers Footy Club too. We've had some amazing cool badges made that we're going to be selling for $10 on the day. We've got a band they're called the General Public from sort of shared kids from both clubs playing Saturday night too. So we're really making this sort of afternoon all about supporting Jara and the family, and just getting around them.
How good. So how can people who are listening get involved, whether they can come along on Saturday, or even if they can't come along, can they still help out?
For sure. So, we've got a GoFundMe page up, and, we've raised about 5.5 already. we're kind of looking to raise a whole lot more on Saturday. We're come along up at Nambrema Automasters Oval in Nambrema. If you can't, though, it's the GoFundMe page. So if you just look up Jarrah Laver, Bramley Strong on GoFundMe, and it'll be all over our socials over the next couple of days. So if you look up Nambrema on the socials, there'll be a link there that you can kind of commit to. All support's welcome. Anything, if there's any businesses out there that have ideas around how we can help the family too, we're all for it. So, that would be great if everyone can get involved.
And we've got the details up on our live stream at the moment, so head to Facebook and YouTube to check it out. The GoFundMe page is up there now. So if there is a business listening and they'd like to get in touch, what's the best way for them to do it, Gareth?
They can get in touch on the Nambrema socials on Facebook. Get in touch with that, just reach out and even come along on Saturday would be awesome. We'll take all the sort of support we can get, and we just want to get around Bernie, Tones and the family. So
yeah. How good. Such a good cause, and well done to you and the club for jumping on board and helping out Jarrah and his family. Thanks for your time and telling us all about it, Gareth.
No worries. Thanks, Stacey. Have a good afternoon.
You too. That's Gareth Diprose, the president of the Nambrema Football Club. And if you are listening and you'd like to help out and not sure how to get in touch, give us a call and we'll happily put you in touch with the footy club as well. Getting a few text messages from people about petrol prices and in particular diesel prices. Lachlan and Andrew in Happy Valley has said diesel today is $3.29.9 a litre at most petrol stations. If we didn't have the cut to fuel excise, it would probably be $3.55 a litre. It is crazy, isn't it? That's why I wonder if that legislation the Northern Territory's implemented would be a good thing to have here. Should we have something similar here where the state government can get involved and say, tell us your costing structure. Tell us how much money you're profiting off petrol prices right now. Give us the breakdown. And if they do work out that a petrol station is making too much profit and profiteering, charging too much when the oil barrel price has gone down, then they can change the price. I don't mind the idea. What do you think? 8223 0000 is the number. Matt is in Seacliff and has called in. Hi, Matt.
Yeah, good afternoon, Stacey. Hope you're well.
Thank you, yes.
I was just thinking that the Treasurer should just pull the trigger and say that, we're in charge of where the fuel prices are at. Because there's no doubt that there's profiteering going on left, right and centre. And you might say, the majority are doing the right thing. Block haul garbage on that. And secondly, the government needs to they took off half the excise, they need to take off the other half of the excise. I understand that they're going to lose a hell of a lot of money, but the things have to change. I went to Melbourne last week for work, drove there and drove back. It's $700 diesel oil.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it's complete and utter insanity.
Yep.
And I'm not getting paid anymore. I can't charge the customer anymore for what I do. I can't go, I've got to pay extra fuel, especially when I'm doing jobs that have been quoted, 3, 6, 12 months ago. That's the issue as well for a lot of traders.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if you ring up and go, I've got to whack 30% on top, people are going to be, no, I just don't bother. So then you lose out that way as well. So, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I just think it's incumbent on the government to say, we've had enough of these servos going rogue. Because you got Leroy's at Hacken that's $3.07, and every other one's $3.30. So how does that work?
Thanks for
absolutely ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Thanks for the call, Matt. Sounds like you're going through a car wash or something at the moment. It's very loud in the background, but we got the gist. Appreciate your thoughts anyway. Thank you. 16 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. That means after this, I have some more time for your favourite musicals. 8223 0000.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowie and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by with 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Walco are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover.
Every day, as Australia's largest home lender, CommBank is helping more Aussies buy their dream home with fast home loan approvals. To find out more, Search CommBank Home Loan Specialist. Credit approval, eligibility and conditions apply.
Not every conversation stays with you. This one will. Join Stephen Bartlett as he asks the questions and nothing is left unsaid. Search The Diary of a CEO wherever you get your podcasts.
Burbank homes are built for all of life's moments. Like the best hiding spots. Behind the curtains. Under the table. Inside the wardrobe. Laughter echoing down the hallway. Imagination tucked into every corner. This is where childhood plays out and where memories take shape. Come see the home that's waiting for your story. Burbank, the pursuit of living. BLD 266709.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget with a budget rental truck is quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
Here's some food for thought during the AFL Gather Round Festival of Football. Rebecca Morse will be hosting a special lunch on April 10th at the incredible Samri headquarters on North Terrace. Across the afternoon, some of Samri's leading medical and health researchers will share the latest breakthroughs in health and medical science and how they could transform footy as we know it. For tickets and to find out more, visit the Samri website. But hurry, numbers are strictly limited.
If you need a window, and not just anything will do, just call Statesman Windows. Factory direct to you.
Statesman Windows, a local homegrown success story, has been serving home renovators and builders right across SA for over 45 years. Their success is built around family and service, consistently providing the highest quality products at real value for money. Call Statesman Windows.
Windows winning where you are there. Windows winning where you are there.
A year of roadside assistance is now included with eligible NRMA car insurance policies in South Australia, whether you're a new customer or an existing customer renewing your policy, because that's what a help company would do. Renew your eligible policy or get a quote today at nrma.com.au/SA roadside. SA risk addresses only. Excludes CTP and classic car insurance. Offer may be withdrawn at any time. Always read the PDS. PDS and TNDs available from NRMA Insurance. 12 months of everyday care roadside assistance provided by National Roads and Motorists Association Limited. Trading as NRMA. Separate and independent from NRMA Insurance. Hi, it's Callum Han here, Ambassador for Pick a Local Pick SA. Right now, our growers in the Adelaide Hills are picking new season's sweet, crunchy apples and pears and delivering them fresh to your local fruit and veg store. South Australian apples and pears make the perfect addition to your next cheese board or enjoyed as a healthy snack. Support our local growers and shop in stores displaying the red Pick a Local Pick SA sign. And follow us on Facebook for inspiration, recipes and more ways to enjoy South Australian grown.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
12 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, getting lots of calls from you with your favourite musicals, so let's jump straight into it before we run out of time. Val is on the phone. Hi, Val.
How are you going, Stacey?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, very good. Just love listening to the musicals, seeing the musicals. How many musicals we've been taking in our life? Never ending.
So good, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, wonderful for the soul and... But getting back to which is my favourite one, which is what it's all about, possibly one of the most major ones that I've seen to start off the best of the musicals would be Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, here you go.
My angel of music.
Is there the Phantom of the Opera?
I think that would have to be top of the list for lots of people, Val.
Oh, it was amazing. When I saw it first was in Sydney, I'd missed Anthony Warlow and Rob Guest had stepped in and I happened to be over there for celebrating my 50th and had to go and see Phantom. So I was all worked up because I love Rob Guest's voice anyway and got into the theatre and sitting and I remember the big chandelier as it tears down, which they don't do it anymore. I think it's probably too dangerous. And the guy, and tonight they said, good evening, everyone. Tonight's performance, it wasn't played by Rob Guest, it was his stand-in. He was a Canadian, very good, but I was there like, oh, damn. Anyway, interval time, because I was on my own, and I went out and had a shampoo, as you do at interval, and was standing there, and the usherette at the door said, are you enjoying the show? And I said, I am, but I said, I'm just a bit disappointed that Rob Guest isn't appearing. And she said, oh, don't be. She said, I can't think of the guy's name. He's so much taller and so much more handsome, so don't feel as if you've missed out. And anyway, I went on to the show, and I mean, it was magic and I loved it. But when I saw Rob Guest later down the track, I think when he came to Adelaide, I saw it then, took Mum. And Rob Guest, no kidding, you get goosebumps. He
I'm glad you got to see him.
Feeling, and I think how wonderful that was with him and Marina were just amazing.
Oh, good. What a special story. Thank you for sharing, Val. Appreciate it.
I've loved my musicals, seen them in West End. I saw Chicago on Broadway, and love our Todd McKinnon singing in the rain when he did that big stage production here. It was wonderful.
Yeah, we love having Todd back home. Oh, good. Beautiful suggestion. Thanks, Val. Appreciate it. Let's go to Kadina now. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, Stacey. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, for me, I was lucky enough in 85 or 86, I saw Cats through high school. But for me, one of my thrills was a few years ago, probably 6 years ago now, I went to Billy Elliot, the musical, with my 10-year-old son at the time. And now he's just taken on with musicals and theatre and that. And obviously up here, he's in the school production this year as a 16-year-old.
Oh.
And they're doing Grease, the musical.
Oh, very cool.
So he's taken it on and, loved it as well.
What a perfect show to go to with your son too.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that was a great show.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Here you go.
Electricity sparks inside of me, and I'm free.
Bit of Billy Elliot there. Love it. Let's go to Sue in Golden Grove. Hello, Sue.
Hi, Stacey. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. My favourite musical for many reasons would be Cats.
Oh,
because
Cats.
When my daughter was doing ballet, which she's nearly 40 years old now, she performed it with her ballet school, and just Christmas, our 7-year-old granddaughter did tribute to Cats.
Oh, Sue, we're losing your line there a little bit, but here you go. I can't hear you, but you can hear Cats. Maybe I should see Cats. I'm a bit critical of it because I saw the movie and I hated the movie a few years ago, but I have never seen the stage show. So there you go. I won't pass judgment on the stage show, Sue. Thank you. Well, time for one more call. Angela's in Kensington Park. Hello, Angela.
Hi, Stacey. This is not a typical Broadway musical as such, but it's one of my favourite one. I saw it in 1975, so it sort of reveals my age. And 1995, the second time round, Jesus Christ Superstar. And being a child of the 60s, 70s, all those wonderful musicians, John English, John Farnham, Marsha Hines, all those people in this production, it's my all-time favourite.
Oh, yeah. That's a great suggestion, Angela.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your famous son should have stayed a great unknown, like his father carving wood. He'd have me good. Tables, chairs, and oaken chests would have...
So many good suggestions this afternoon. I'm loving this so much. Thank you to everyone who's called and sent theirs in. Campo and Timmy are on after 4 o'clock, and Campo's in the studio. Hello.
Okay, Stace, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Excellent.
Do you have a favourite musical?
I was just talking off air. I'm not a musical lover in terms of that sort of thing, but I had two. We actually went, my wife and I, impromptu in Melbourne last year, walking up Collins Street, and Footloose, the musical, was on. And so my wife goes, how about we go in and see if we can grab some tickets? So we went in there, and the guy behind the counter goes, yeah, we've actually got some spare tickets that we haven't sold. So we went in there. It was fantastic.
Really?
Because we love that that era of music.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
great. It was a great performance. And then towards the end of the year, we were walking in, they were promoting the Michael Jackson one in Melbourne. So we actually flew over just before Christmas, and obviously my boys are in Melbourne, so we took my wife, my daughter, the two boys and their girlfriends to the Michael Jackson one. That was outstanding.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it was very good.
I've got one of yours here. Here we go. Well, that's a good review of Footloose because it's coming this weekend.
It was very good. It was well worth going to see. So if you haven't seen it, I'd thoroughly invest the go.
All right, sounds good. I'd also invest your time after 4 to listen to Campo and Timmy.
Yeah, well, Roey's a laid out, so he's a little crook, and we've got to get him right for tomorrow night for the first game of Gather Round. So, yeah, big show. We've got a lot coming. Obviously, Gather Round, it's everywhere, isn't it? So where are they now? We're going to go back in time with Tony Modra. So have a chat with him. We've got Jimmy Bartell with his weekly segment. We've got Jared Ruffhead, who's the new list boss down at the Crows. Riley O'Brien comes in for his weekly segment. So I think the teams will probably drop around the same time as he. So we'll be able to see whether he's in or out or who's in from that perspective. Dane Swan, he's doing a bit of a circuit around Adelaide for the Gather Round, and we've also got a special guest in Femi Komalafi, who won the Stall Gift, who's a young Adelaide star. Yeah, so he won that on Easter Monday. So we'll have a chat with him.
Oh, that's good. Looking forward to that.
Big
I always
show.
like to hear from the young winners.
Yeah, no, he did it pretty easy in the end too. Yeah, so we'll have a good chat with him about how it all happened.
Sounds good. Can't wait.
Yep.
That's Campo and Timmy on with the sports show after 4. I have to wrap it up here, but I need to announce the winner. Winning the 2 tickets to Footloose the musical, it has to go to Colleen in Semaphore Park. Her favourite was Mamma Mia, and she said she took her girls via horse and carriage to go and see it. And I just thought that was going over and above, so she deserves to go to another musical. So, Colleen, thank you. You've got a double pass coming your way. Thank you to everyone for your suggestions and your calls and your text messages today. I will talk to you at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Coming up next.